In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a slide-up menu similar to Facebook or Path 2.0. Now what you'll see is we have on the screen an example of what the final product will be, and it's a plain view here with a button on the top to reveal the menu. And you have two options. You can click the button to slide the menu out to reveal a table view underneath, or you can actually swipe from left to right to slide it off the screen as well. Selecting any one of these particular items will load that actual view. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first step is to go ahead and create a new Xcode project. So we're going to go to Xcode, File, and we're going to say New Project. And we're going to do a single view application. We're going to name this Slide Menu. And you want to make sure that we have Use Storyboards and Use Automatic Reference Counting checkmarked. Let's go ahead and create Next. And select Create. And here we have our project. Now the first thing we want to do is delete some of the files that were actually automatically created. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of viewcontroller.h, and we're also going to select viewcontroller.m because we don't need these two files. So let's hit the delete key and select Move to Trash. Now the first thing we have to do is actually add the sliding menu viewcontroller third-party class we'll be using. I've included a link in the description for you to download this directly from Dropbox. So we're going to right-click on Slide Menu and select Add Files to Slide Menu. And I've conveniently placed the EC Sliding View Controller on my desktop. We're going to click Add. And we're all set to go ahead and get started creating our files. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and say New File, Objective-C Class, and this is going to be our instantiating file or view controller. It's going to be called a knit view controller, and we want this to be a subclass instead of UI view controller of EC sliding view controller. We're going to click Next and go ahead and select Create. Now we also need to have a view controller for the menu, so let's go ahead and select New File, Objective-C Class, and this is actually going to be a UI table view controller, and we're going to name this Menu View Controller. Click Next and make sure we click Create. Now for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to actually create only two views, but you can have as many as you would like in your table view menu selection. So let's go ahead and click on Slide Menu, right-click, New File, Objective-C Class, and these are just going to be UI view controllers. Now in your project, you can actually make these anything such as UI navigation controller or anything that you would like to use, but for the sake of simplicity, we're going to stick with UI view controller. Let's name this Main View Controller. And we're going to go ahead and create one last file, Objective-C Class, also a UI view controller. We're going to name this Second View Controller. Now the next thing to do is we want to go into our storyboard and go ahead and set up all of our files so that we can access it through our storyboard. So the first thing we want to do is click on this initial view controller, and we want to set its class to our init view controller that we created earlier. So let's go ahead and type in init view controller and hit enter. And now we need to drag a table view controller to handle the menu. Let's go ahead and set its class to menu view controller. And we want to name the storyboard ID menu and checkmark use storyboard ID. Now the next two are going to be our regular view controllers. Let's go ahead and drag one on the screen. This will be our main view controller. And we want to give this a storyboard ID of main, which you can use anything you'd like, but for the sake of this, we're making it simple. And let's go ahead and drag one more view controller onto the screen. And this one is going to be our second view controller. And storyboard ID will be second. And use storyboard ID. Now just for the sake of us being able to tell the difference between which view we're looking at, we're going to go ahead and change the background color of our main and second view controller just to make it a little easier for us. So under main, we're going to select view. And let's go ahead and change its property. Under attributes, we're going to change from white color to orange. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the second view controller, and we're going to change its background color to lime green. These can be any color you'd like. It's just for the sake of seeing that something has changed and that the actual program is working. Now in the next tutorial, we're actually going to start writing our code to link everything up together and get everything running and ready to go.